Hey guys, I'm Josh with Thought Gaming, and today we're going to be talking about the role that graphics play in video games. Let's get into it. Graphics have been a major selling point for as long as I can remember, but are they as important as they're cut out to be? Already this year, graphics have played a huge role in drawing people's attention to many new titles. And with the obsession that we have with graphics today, game developers are working harder than ever to make the best looking games, and marketing teams are promoting these graphics as one of the main features of these games. Console and computer specs are being made into a bigger deal than ever before, and are constantly being pushed to new heights to enable play using the highest possible settings. These high-end graphics have a lot of beneficial aspects to the enjoyment of games. With top-notch graphics, you can begin to feel the impact of your character's movements, and the actions that you perform have an almost tangible weight behind them that makes it feel as if you're really experiencing the things that are occurring on screen. This allows you to embark on a journey through games with a more powerful connection to the characters and the story. It allows you to become more immersed in fantastical worlds and rich environments, and escape from the menial tasks of daily life. This is part of why we love video games. They give us the ability to experience things we would otherwise be incapable of experiencing. We can get a glimpse of what it's like to travel from one planet to another through the vastness of space. We can engage in swordplay and ward off enemies with powerful magics. And we can be the hero or the villain of these stories. All of these experiences are enhanced as the technology and graphics that we have constantly improve and continue to surpass our expectations. But how important are graphics really? When Donkey Kong Country came out in 1994, it was thought to have reached the pinnacle of what we could achieve with graphics in video games. Obviously, this was incorrect, and as time went on, games came out that, yes, looked even better than Donkey Kong Country. Looking back on the sentiment that this game was the peak of beauty in video games may be silly today. However, we've fallen into the exact line of thought again and again with each year's new releases, and will likely continue to do so well into the future as the barriers that hold us back from creating even more appealing games are shattered. I think we can all recall a game from some time ago that we thought looked amazing at the time, but when we look back now, we see that it hasn't aged as well as we thought it would. The thing is though, the now not so great graphics that these games are presented in are never used as a point as to why they are not worth playing. In fact, when many of these older games are discussed, graphics are almost never even brought up. The conversation tends to dwell on other things such as the gameplay, story, characters, and just how fun the game is in general. But if graphics are a large part of everything we just talked about, then why are they not talked about here? Satoru Iwata, former CEO of Nintendo, said, "Above all, video games are meant to be just one thing: fun. Fun for everyone." These older video games that are held in such high regard even today embody this statement. They may be outdated in the way they look, but these games are rooted in something even more important to a game: an engaging story, likable characters, interesting mechanics, and above all, being fun. And the successes that these games have achieved in these areas serve to overshadow the graphical imperfections that are present. An engaging story and likable characters are one of the main reasons that we play games till their completion. Well-made characters can single-handedly carry the player's excitement for a game from a purely gameplay interest over to an intense passion and need to know for what happens in the story. Being able to relate to a character from the start, empathize with their struggles and their weaknesses, and be a part of their story as they overcome adversity and ultimately come out better for it, is something that is not only extremely enjoyable on an entertainment level, but is also just an overall rewarding experience. In every good story, there will also be moments where you experience the same thing as the character in a very real way. You may feel excited about new possibilities and opportunities, fearful of what lies before you, touched by an act of kindness, or pained by the loss of a loved one. Video games can often hit us on an emotional level that we aren't expecting, and cause us to reflect on our emotions. They can help us to understand more about our own selves and even who we are as a person. But story is not the be-all end-all for games. Gameplay for any video game makes up the heart of the game, and if pulled off correctly, can outweigh inadequacy in any other area of the game, including both story and characters. This has been accomplished through a myriad of means, including colossal boss fights with a sense of pride and accomplishment upon victory, massive levels of creative freedom and options for the player to explore, puzzles to encourage problem solving and critical thinking, and highly competitive PvP scenes engines that provide unique experiences every game. It's through gameplay that our best memories and experiences with gaming derives, and it's what makes gaming so appealing to so many people across the world. So are graphics a vital element to what makes up a great game, or are they just icing on the cake? Although graphics do have their place in making video games excel, I would have to say that graphics are not a crucial part of making a good game. They're simply an effective way to enhance a game that's already good at its core, not unlike how a great accompanying score can transform a good moment of a game into an unforgettable one. This is embodied in every remaster to date. The original versions of the game were already amazing games, even without their remaster, but bringing in the enhanced graphics along with other quality of life improvements no doubt makes those games excel to new heights. What do you think though? Do you think that graphics are as big a part of gaming as they're made out to be? Or do you think they exist to shape already good games into amazing ones? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear your take down in the comments below. If you're a fan of graphics in your games, then go ahead and hit subscribe. If you enjoy gameplay over graphics, then hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.